Live from Studio 46, this is CBS 2 News at 6.
Right now at 6, new action over the alarming spike in fires caused by lithium-ion batteries. The calls for better safety measures.
A Bodega worker killed on the job, why some fear the plan to protect employees could cause even more harm.
Service changes to the Long Island Railroad after a chaotic week. Why riders say the MTA's fix is way off track. Good evening, I'm Dick Brennan.
And I'm Dana Tyler. Mayor Adams and the fire commissioner are demanding federal action after an e-scooter sparked another fire in the city.
It happened in the Bronx on Sunday, flames spreading within minutes through a supermarket. CBS 2 political reporter Marcia Kramer joins us now with the steps city leaders are taking. Marcia.
Well, Dick, it's now all hands on deck. State lawmakers, the head of the firefighters union, joining the mayor and fire commissioner in calling for new laws and a massive crackdown to protect the city from the rash of e-bike fires that have been rising steadily in New York City over the past few years. Well, meanwhile, State Senator Liz Krueger and Assemblyman Jeff Dinowitz introduced bills in Albany today to require all lithium-ion batteries sold in New York to meet accepted safety standards. They also want to ban the sale of all used batteries for e-bikes and e-scooters. Dana and Dick?
All right, Marcia, thanks very much.
A 30-year-old man is under arrest tonight, charged with the rape of a woman on the Upper West Side. Police say early Saturday, Jamel McIver followed a 21-year-old woman into a building on West End Avenue at 65th Street and raped her in a stairwell. He is also charged with burglary. Investigators say McIver has 2 open cases in the Bronx and Queens relating to burglary, sex abuse, and assault charges.
We're on yellow alert right now as snow moves into the area tonight.
Some places in this unusual winter could see, 3 inches? Lonnie Quinn here, up to. Is that the way we speak now? Up to.
3 covers everything.
Yeah, I'm not hitchhiking here. I'm just saying if you go well west, you can find, readings like that. So here's our picture right now. It's really been a spectacular looking day. Good looking sunset out there, nice little golden glow. Temperature right now is 50 degrees, right? But just a beautiful, beautiful day. And yet, we're talking, 51 was your high today, and we're talking about the possibility for snow. Currently, this is the precipitation that we're watching. So a little bit of rain around Williamsport. It could very well start off as rain in our area, and then we think it's going to be turning over to a little bit of wintry mix and some snow, and this is the extent of it. There's the beginning, there's the end. There's not a lot of moisture here to work with. It should be traveling right through this canal that, Giorgio created on the map to show you where this is going. It's primarily south and west of the city. So the yellow alert from late tonight till early tomorrow morning. So yellow alert because this is not a major system. It's a quick round of snow, very light accumulations, especially south and west. It's a slick spot chance Tuesday morning, especially the farther south and west you go. I think the city sees maybe a trace to an inch. The bulk of this area, south and west, could see a 1 to 2 inch range, and then maybe well west, you see 2 to 4. And of course, by the time you get to the afternoon, you're partly sunny. It's 45 degrees. So it is colder tomorrow. The winds are kicking in, but we'll talk more about that coming up. A little bit of snow here while you're sleeping. It's gone by the time, it stopped snowing by the time you wake up. Guys, it's all yours.
And that's the way we like it, Lonnie. Thanks very much. The search is on for a gunman dressed in a hazmat suit who killed a bodega worker on the Upper East Side. Police say he's linked to several robberies, and as CBS 2's Christine Fan reports, there's concern over the safety measures bodega workers are being asked to take.
The pilot of a plane that crashed in Suffolk County made a frantic call seconds before the plane went down.
Mayday, quiet. Mayday.
The plane crashed yesterday between homes and train tracks in Lindenhurst. CBS News has learned it was a flight lesson booked by a mother and daughter from New Jersey. One of those women did not survive. The pilot reported smoke in the cockpit shortly after takeoff. The plane crashed nearby as it tried to make an emergency landing.
All of a sudden, I see like an explosion. Fire, a whole fireball, smoke, everything, and then a second explosion of fire and black smoke.
We're here 12 years now, and this is the first time we've ever seen something like this.
The NTSB says 1 passenger died on the scene. They say the pilot and other passenger were critically hurt.
After a week of frustration for riders on the Long Island Railroad, there's a new plan to ease the commuting chaos. Increasing rush hour service to Brooklyn is one, lengthening trains that serve Penn Station is another, and adding cars to trains that exceed capacity, plus improving customer service at Jamaica Station. CBS 2's Dave Carlin spoke with commuters and joins us live from Penn Station tonight. How are the riders feeling tonight, Dave?
Well, Dick, as this evening commute peaks, we have the riders rushing to get on their trains for trips that some say are still taking too long and are more crowded. MTA customer service representatives are visible on the platforms as commuters demand rollbacks to the way schedules used to be. Live outside Penn Station, Dave Carlin, CBS 2 News.
Thank you, Dave. Mayor Adams signed new legislation today to protect victims of domestic violence. This new law expands the definition of domestic violence. It now includes economic abuse. The law aims to ensure victims are not discriminated against based on their economic standing.
Ahead on CBS 2 News at 6, scaffolding is meant to protect pedestrians, but are they really creating safety hazards? Tonight plans to take some of them down.
An asylum seeker and her family kidnapped and abandoned at the border before arriving in New York. We'll hear about their journey for a better life next.
Is your school doing class act work? Tell us about it. Chris Raggi is visiting high schools around our area.
Tell them they're going to be on television. Everybody gets up early.
Highlighting amazing programs and academic achievements. And your school could be one of them. Scan here to sign up.
The city says nearly 50,000 asylum seekers have arrived here since last spring.
CBS 2's Jennifer Bisram shares one family's journey, a difficult journey toward a better life.
There's a new effort to crack down on sidewalk sheds and scaffolding that's been up for too long. The Manhattan Borough president has strategies for speeding up the process. According to his report, more than 230 scaffolding around the city have been up for more than 5 years. He wants to reduce delays caused by permitting requirements and plans to hold buildings accountable for failing to complete facade work quickly.
The New York Blood Center declares an emergency, saying donations have dropped to a critical level. The agency says 6,000 fewer people donated blood last month. Donations down 12% for what hospital and patients need. The Blood Center points to a drop in the number of young donors and a significant increase in office and community blood drives. The New York Blood Center says the number of people donating blood is still well below pre-pandemic levels.
All right, we're tracking a yellow alert in our forecast.
Yes, Lonnie Quinn is back right now to help us understand what we need to know.
Okay. It's a yellow alert, not a red alert. So this is it's a small system, but it could disrupt the morning commute out there. So I'll show you everything. Right now, I'm showing you a nice picture outside. Has this not been a great looking day? Beautiful out there. And right now, you're still mostly clear with a 50-degree reading. All right, but again, 50 degrees today. You actually maxed out at 51. You were in the 50s yesterday. That's kind of a tough welcoming mat, if you will, for snow coming into the area. And right now, even with all this beautiful sort of weather in place, we have a winter weather advisory for Warren County and for Hunterdon County until 7 o'clock in the morning. Here's the precipitation. You see it back here from between Williamsport and Allentown. It's a rain situation right now. It is sort of traveling just like my hand's moving there. So it comes in as rain, but we believe this has a chance to be turning over to some snow. We're already seeing some snow on the northern fringe of that. So as it comes in later and later, chances are some of that rain turns to a wintry mix and eventually to some snow. Modest accumulations out there, but let's watch how this all works out. Here we go. This is your picture at 1 o'clock in the morning. So it had begun as rain, turned over to some snow by 1 a.m. Wherever you see that dark blue color, it's a little bit more significant of a clip of snow, but this is never going to put down too much snow for anybody. And eventually, look at this, by 3:30 a.m., the bulk of the area is done. It's now trending a little farther to the south, so maybe still holding on to some snow flurries, light snow like around Ocean County. But 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, not only are you done, by 9 a.m., you got a beautiful sunny sky sitting out there. So how much snow? Well, the graph model is saying this is going south of New York City. It's a goose egg in Manhattan, putting a 2-inch range from New Brunswick over towards Belmar. And then I'm going to pull up the NAM, the North American Mesoscale number, which says, no, this may trend a little bit more to the north. We may pick up 2.5 inches in the city. The biggest number, 3.6 out around Morristown. Now, if you pick up 2.5 in New York City, which is the biggest number I showed you, that would still put you below 5 inches of snow for the complete season so far, and that's 20 inches plus shy of where you should be. So even if you pull every bit of moisture out of the system, you are still going to be way, way, way below where you should be. And also, for New York City, if you picked up a number like that, I think a lot of folks, if you don't live near Central Park, you'd wake up and say, what snow? I think the roadways are too warm to hold on to snow. Grassy surfaces would get it. So in our forecast, we're saying a trace to an inch maybe around the metro areas. I think you go south and west, it's 1 to 2 inch. And then well west, you could see a 2 to 4 inch range, where I showed you the advisories in place for Hunterdon and for Warren County. So the precip arrives late tonight. It's a wintry mix or some rain even to begin with. It turns to snow. The modest accumulation is primarily south and west, and it's done by 5 to 7 a.m. The concern, why we have a yellow alert, is for some slick spots out there. Just know those winds will be kicking in. After any snow is done by tomorrow afternoon, you've got wind gusts that are 30 to 40 miles per hour. So that's going to take a 45-degree reading for a high tomorrow, make it feel more like 35 when you catch the wind. By Wednesday, a similar situation at 48. Thursday and Friday, not so much wind, but I'll tell you by Friday night, there's another system we're watching for Saturday and Sunday, which could also bring some wintry precipitation. It's not set in stone yet, but we're watching the upcoming weekend.
All right. Thanks, Lonnie.
The Jets continue to search for somebody to call those signals. Otis is next with sports. Otis.
That's right. The Jets quarterback wish list has been narrowed a bit. One of their top guys chooses a big lucrative deal in the Big Easy. Meanwhile, the Red Hot Knicks make a statement up in Beantown. As the Daily News headline read this morning, that escalated quickly, as in guard Emmanuel quickly.
Thank you.
And the CBS Evening News just minutes away. Here's Nora O'Donnell with a first look. Nora.
Good evening, Dana and Dick. We've got a lot of news to cover tonight after the CBS 2 News at 6. A shocking moment on the Mexican border after 4 Americans were violently assaulted and then kidnapped from their minivan. The FBI now investigating. The question tonight, were they targeted? We'll have the latest here on the CBS Evening News.
First Alert Weather is powered by ChevyOffers.com. Now, your Ford Sports Desk.
Otis, here Jets fans are like, oh no.
There's one off the board. It looks like the Jets might need to look for a different mode of transportation because the car they had their eye on has been driven off the showroom floor by the Saints. Derek Carr signs a 4-year deal that could be worth up to $150 million with New Orleans. It's got to be fun to play with Steph Curry. I mean, this guy is so much fun to watch.
But just like the Knicks.
Yes, they are.
More fun than ever.
9 in a row.
We're loving it.
Statement in Beantown.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Tonight, the violent kidnapping of 4 Americans in Mexico is caught on video. Why were they targeted? Plus 2 new train derailments over the weekend, raising more safety questions. Then, the Doll Hospital bringing hope to girls around the world on the CBS Evening News.
Lonnie, final check.
All right, central Pennsylvania right now has a little bit of precipitation out there. It's got some rain, it's got some snow. It moves into our area late tonight, possibly as rain, turning to snow. And there's the midst of it around 1 a.m. It's offshore by, say, 4, 5, 6, 7. Basically, a trace to 1 in the city.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Lonnie. Thanks for watching the news at 6 on CBS 2 and streaming on CBS News New York.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell is next with a report from LaGuardia about flight dangers. Good night.